Hey, and welcome to Matt and Jess TV. I am Matt Roast.
And I'm Jessica Bun Bun.
Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 27 live feed spoilers. We are here coming off another eviction show, and beyond just that, we're all heading to the White Locust together.
Oh my goodness. I love this so much. We are huge fans of the White Lotus. We covered it here at the channel.
Yes.
We will cover it till the end of time. That show is so good if you don't know what they are parroting. It is that. It is so good.
Can Walton Goggins come in and be the host for every competition? Walton, my guy, I love you. Can you also host one as Baby Billy from Righteous Gemstones? I know it's not connected, but I am excited about this twist, but I'm also very nervous about this twist, depending on what direction that they choose to go with it.
Yeah.
Like, we'll talk about some possible theories as to, okay, what is Big Brother doing with this White Locust? But also, we say goodbye to Mickey tonight, or rather, we just say bye to Mickey tonight. It's just like, as you can tell, neither one of us are too broken up about this.
No, we weren't big Mickey fans, and it felt like it was just going to be the person to leave that was then going to leave Ashley and Vince, who were causing more messiness, more gameplay. Like, it just was, for me, going to be a lot more enjoyable to watch. I'm not mad that she's gone. I'm very happy that Ashley's here and Vince is here.
All right, we'll talk more about that. The twist. Also, very interesting stuff about them not announcing that the Blockbuster is over tonight. We have a lot to get into, but before we do, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we are closing in on 78,000 subscribers. We are thrilled. We are like eternally grateful in ways that we cannot even tell you guys.
No, it's really amazing. Like, we're really touched that everyone has been so supportive of us this season. We've been covering Big Brother for years.
I know.
Years. Like, it's been really overwhelming. It's been so great, and we're really happy for it. So thank you so much to everyone who is getting us to this milestone of 78,000 subscribers. I can't even say it. I can't even believe it. Like, it's amazing. Thank you so much.
No, we are really thrilled, really grateful for that. Okay. Let's just get right into this White Locust of it all right now, because I'll put on my hard hat first and foremost. I'm going to get my negative, intrusive thoughts out of the way.
Okay.
I don't want them to reheat the nachos of Janky World, because it's just
thank
like, Janky World was one of those things where it was kind of fun to watch on TV, where they could, condense everything and have the Janky song and all of it, but it was on feeds. It was miserable. And I think the reason why is it's sort of like, one of the reasons why I'm glad we don't have live feeds for Survivor, which, by the way, we're getting ready to cover that season coming up.
Yeah.
It's just that people, when you're out in the heat and you're not eating all that much and you get cranky, you don't really do that much. And if you're all trapped outside, it's a lot harder to strategize and like go and have conversations because everybody's going to see you doing it.
And it's still very hot here right now.
Yes.
Like, it's supposed to be going down a little bit, like Tuesday to 28 for all you Canadians out there. I'm still not been able to do the conversions or whatever. 28.
Yeah.
But it is still like 36 right now today. So, I mean, yeah, being outside, it's just miserable.
Yeah, I don't know what would really come from that unless they just care about producing content for the show and not so much the feeds, which might be the case. I know you can do a lot of fun things with it. The way that the mastermind has labeled this with White Locust, it's like, okay, are you turning this into Fear Factor? Or are you gonna like make them like deal with bugs, other terrible things? Is this just like nonstop punishment? Or is there a way, whether it's a competition or something else, where certain house guests can sort of circumvent having to be at this White Locust the entire time?
Please let it be bugs.
Oh,
listen, one of the things I love about the traders so much is whenever they have to go to the haunted cabin or the cabin for something, and they lock them in there and they dump bugs on their head, everybody screams.
Listen, I've said on this channel many times, The Traitors is the one reality show that I don't ever want to be on reality TV again, but that's the one show I would be excited to play. With the exception of that challenge, I'm not doing that. You're not dumping any bugs on me.
They always dump bugs on people, and I know it, so I would never be able to go and do that. I would just be shrieking the whole time, winning no money.
I want this twist to be something that actually challenges the house guests without it also being something that just feels unfair, where you're splitting up people to the point where somebody who is well insulated just gets unlucky and they end up getting, I don't know, Josephed or something else because of that. It's just like, that's not as much fun to me. I want to see people be paid off for the work that they've done in this game, like building real relationships, as opposed to somebody, like Kelly, who hasn't really done much of anything.
The problem is it's Big Brother, and sometimes they have twists where it's just like, you're out night one because reasons, ha ha.
Yeah.
And that's just the way that it goes with this game sometimes. Sometimes you just roll unlucky.
No, okay. Now, I do think it's fair to ask this, though. With all of the hype around this all the past week, did anyone else feel like, okay, guys, you really didn't give us enough? You gave us a cute name, you gave us the mastermind again, but it's just like, we got so excited for this and you didn't really explain anything?
Yeah, they didn't explain anything, but man, they gave me a great name and I'm very hyped about it. I
hope
wish they gave more, but I'm fine. The name is getting me through right now.
the name is really good. I'm sure whenever feeds come back, we'll have a lot more to talk about when it comes to that. Okay, let's now get into some of the other events of the night here, starting with Vince winning the Blockbuster. And okay, I know there were a lot of people out there. I saw you all tinfoil hatting yourself. Oh, the mustache is coming back.
Let's go, Vince.
Okay, all the tinfoil hat people, they showed Julie Chen doing this competition. You're putting the balls in the slide, and it just felt like baseball player Vince, he's going to be really good at this because he's used to catching balls out in the field. And I'm going to unintentionally make myself laugh. So I'm going to keep it going here. But it's just like, a lot of people felt like, oh, this is set up for Vince. But Vince is such a nervous Nelly a lot of the time in the game. Like, it wasn't lost on me that he could have just choked and completely just fallen apart during this.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of us have been in that spot where we're like, oh man, we're really good at playing the violin, and now it's a violin challenge and all eyes are on you and there's all this money on the line. All of a sudden you can't remember how to play it anymore. I think it's just human nature.
Yeah, it is. And so I was a little bit worried about that. I mean, I had said going into all of this that my whole dream scenario tonight was that we were going to see Ashley win the Blockbuster. Because, number one, I would have been happy for Ashley. It would have been fun. She would have celebrated. But then I think also beyond that, Vince still would have stayed, but there would have been a little bit more drama with the vote. Like, the moment that Vince won the Blockbuster, this really just was all the air's coming out of the tires moment. We all know what's going to happen from here.
Yeah, and we were talking about this. We were both really surprised that this wasn't unanimous.
Like, really, really surprised.
And it seems like Mickey was also surprised when Julie was just like, it was Vince. What? What? And yeah, that's the right answer.
Yeah, it's surprising, but then I'm like sitting back and thinking about it, and we can all have our tinfoil hats on when you're like, if you're Vince at this point, you were just on the block. You have been freaking out and vincing over the past few days, doing all your typical stuff. It's just like, wouldn't you just have such a sigh of relief that you knew that you were safe? You wouldn't cause any disruptions here, because if you're Vince, like, you knew what the vote was going to be going into all of this. It was very clear that even if there were conversations, because we talked about Kelly and Lauren, like, they had talked about maybe we get rid of Ashley, but they all knew the numbers weren't going to be there.
Okay, I'm putting on my hard hat. This was the right thing for Vince to do.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
all right.
He has been on the block a couple times now. There's a lot of heat on him right now. He doesn't want to keep going up over and over and over again. Nobody is going to think that Vince did this. Even Mickey was like, no, that can't be right. Like, it doesn't make any sense that it would be Vince. Nobody is going to suspect this. He can put the heat on somebody else with this vote.
And here is where
who doesn't love a vote, a hinky vote? Let's go.
Hinky votes are fun, and I will sit here and say this too, and if you guys are anti-Vince out there, be prepared for it. You've already got some cheering from Jess, and now I'm going to compliment him as well. It was the right move. It was the right move because we look around and it's like, okay, you can easily pin this on Kelly. You could pin this on Keanu because they had the whole veto ceremony blow up. It's like there were all sorts of ways in which you can blame this on other people. And I mean, there might be some people that are like, okay, they would be ridiculous to do something like that, but does it really matter?
Absolutely. And you can blame it on somebody who's not part of the judges and try to keep that going a little bit longer, maybe, possibly, whatever. But you can definitely blame that on anybody but Vince. Why would Vince do this?
Yeah.
Why would sweet Vince? No, I'm kidding. Why would he do this?
No, I will just say in general, I'm grateful that Vince is still in the game. Like, I know that there were people out there who were celebrating his eviction in advance today. Like, I get it. I understand it. I trust me, I more than understand why a lot of people don't like Vince at this point. But it's just like, he's bringing a lot of drama to the show. The rivalry with Rachel is interesting.
It's good.
Ashley's great TV. Even when she's over the top, it's just like, it's like with Jimmy. I'll appreciate somebody who's at least trying to give us good television as opposed to someone who's just like sitting there like a rock and doing nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm happy Vince is there for that. But then it's just also, as we look back on Mickey here for a moment in her game, no one believed in the house anything that she was saying anymore. She had no real allies. She was so delusional. And we're already at a point entering the jury where we have more delusional people than I think we've ever had in this season. We have Keanu and Kelly both in the jury. We don't need a third.
I can't even believe that we're saying that.
I
Like,
know.
who out there thought when we started this season that those two would be jury or possible winners at this point? I did not think they were going to make it this far.
I thought the moment Keanu tried to get a 10-person alliance together the first week that he was the week 2 boot, and this was just going to be, kind of close to Devin all over again. But it's just because we've got these Delulu house guests in the game. It's just Mickey. There's nothing else that she's going to bring to any of this. Like, I'm glad she's gone. I'm glad we can just all kind of move forward with that in mind.
Yeah.
Now we got to speculate a little bit about this blockbuster and the reveal that came in tonight, which is just like, okay, the blockbuster is seemingly not over, because if it was, where's the news on it?
Yeah, it was not announced that it's over, so I assume it's still going on until they tell me it's not. I mean, it is. They're not going to all of a sudden just be like, you just forget that it's been happening.
No, okay.
We're not at the White Lotus yet.
Yeah, we all just really want to get to the White Lotus, if we're being really honest here. Right. So funny, they just announced that season 4 is going to be set in France. Okay, well, anyway, the thing here with the blockbuster is that I hate this. I hate that the blockbuster is still going at this point.
Same.
Like, I understand why production may like it, because it's like, okay, this fills some time on Thursday's show. We don't need to come up with as many filler segments. I get all that. I get that it has produced entertainment. It's fun going into the Thursday shows not knowing exactly what's going to happen, but it's just such a security blanket for people like Kelly and like Keanu, who are not altogether great at the game most of the time, that they can just continue to skate on by. And it's like, we don't want a winner like Kelly, who has done nothing other than win these comps, to be deserving.
Okay, I still have my hard hat on.
Okay.
I don't like the blockbuster at all.
Whoa, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't. And the reason why I don't is I like my games pure. I like it when it's about the strategy and you have to actually play a social game and figure out how to work with people you don't want to work with, or you're not sure how to work with different walks of life, how to work with them and how to work people over. That was what I really liked about this show ever since season 1. It's just the different people in the house having to find ways to work together to get through these different, weeks. One shot to get yourself off the block, and if you can't do it, then how do you get yourself off the block? And you have to dance funeral your way through something.
Yeah, it does. It takes away a little bit of that jeopardy, and it's just like, I don't want to see this go super, super long into the game. I'm assuming that they're just going to get rid of it whenever we get to a double or triple eviction. I grimace even saying that, just knowing that they're going to have to get rid of people really, really fast at this point. The finale's not that far away, and there's still a lot of people left in the game.
I know.
It's just that it's something we have to be kind of aware of and cognizant of as we move forward. But speaking of moving forward, I think there's a little bit of room here to talk about what could happen in the game now based on the feeds from the past 24 hours, because there's a couple of things that are a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
And it starts with, okay, so Mickey's obviously not there anymore. We don't need to think about that.
Right.
But Rachel and Ashley actually had a conversation that if Mickey won the blockbuster, that maybe they discussed blowing up the judges to her as though telling her last minute is going to get her on side and that's going to make her happy. Like that part of it's bizarre, but there's also this larger question. Are they too eager to blow up this alliance at this point, or should they try to keep this going a little bit longer?
Yeah, I mean, I think for them, they know that at some point the alliance is going to have to collapse on itself. It's just who's going to take that shot and when is it the right time to take that shot? Because there are still a lot of people that are in the house that are not part of this alliance, right?
Yeah.
Like, so is it time yet, or do you need to whittle those numbers down further, or are you hoping that someone on the other side, doesn't win the HOH? Because what if it's a Lauren or an Ava or somebody else who is going to end up winning it?
Okay, I'll put on my tinfoil hat here as well and talk about the numbers based on everything we've seen on the show, on the feeds, all that other stuff at this point.
Right.
I think it benefits the judges to stick together and whittle things down a little bit further. But I also know in Big Brother, people have too much time on their hands, especially if you were all stuck at the White Locust and like trying to dig through some bugs. You're just going to be desperate for a distraction and you're going to be like, I'm going to ruin this alliance. I'm going to ruin this alliance. So I think we're moving into a part of the game now where Rachel and Ashley have made their allegiance to each other like extremely close to the point where it's probably hurting their games to a certain extent.
Yep.
I think Morgan and Vince, we don't have to go into all the reasons why, but it's very obvious to everyone that they're really, really close to the point that it's hurting their games.
Yeah, they're a duo as well.
And then you've got Will and you have Ava. And it's like, so you have some really obvious duos, and we can sort of position them as the pole players within the game at this point. And then you have people, whether it is a Keanu, whether it is a Lauren, and like where they're going to sort of fluctuate based on the numbers and who they choose to side with moving forward. Like, I think that's going to be the real point of excitement now.
Yeah, there really is still too many variables for the judges to disband right now. I know boredom sets in and you want to cause problems. Kelly's been doing that since she walked in the door. But it's just, it's not good gameplay. Just hold on a little bit longer, guys.
And there's another angle of this that we have to also think about now, too, which is that we are at the jury. This is the time where everybody just wants to make it to jury because you get the jury stipend. You get to be around for the whole season. People are going to start playing a little bit more aggressively. And now we're at a spot where Rachel really has to hope that either her, Ashley, or maybe Will win this next head of household, because I think everyone else, even Vince and Morgan, part of the judges at this point, I think they're going to start really entertaining wanting to get her out of the game.
Yeah, and it's starting to be time. As much as, I've enjoyed watching Rachel. For Vince, I mean, yeah, it's a good idea. Maybe one more week and then get rid of her, but the time is coming.
It is coming, and I think it's coming fairly fast. And this is why, from a drama point of view, I'm going to say something. Please don't get mad at me, guys. I love Rachel. I don't know how much clearer we've made that this season. I kind of want Lauren to win the next head of household. And okay, there's a couple of reasons why. I want Rachel to stay.
We're going to put you in the White Locust.
No, I don't want to be in the White Locust. I want Rachel to stay, obviously.
Okay, you can be at the White Locust.
And I also kind of want, if we have the Blockbuster too, I kind of want Ashley to stay. I don't want either one of them to go. But it's just this situation now where I want everybody to be really, really tested. And I think having her be in power and Rachel really face the block and all that, see how great of a player she is now, because she hasn't been on the block so far this season, which is like a tremendous achievement to her. But I want to see the balance of power constantly change in the game. But the other thing I'm really curious about, though, with Lauren is, where is she really at this point? Because, yeah, she's still telling Vince a lot of stuff, but her demeanor towards him is changing in some ways. Like, just an example, over the past 24 hours, Vince tried to get her really hard to go and convince Mickey to throw the Blockbuster. We've talked about Vince's plan before, but Lauren didn't really want to do it. And Lauren has kind of started, and I know we've talked that she doesn't have any backbone, but she's starting to develop one when it comes to talking to Vince and starting to make some things clear. Like, I don't think that she would necessarily go after Vince right now, but I want to see her have a little bit of her own voice. It's like, okay, if your whole strategy was to make it to the jury, like, this is your time. I want to see you actually bring some value to this season.
I don't think she's going to go after Vince. I just don't feel like that would be somebody that would actually end up being on her radar. I mean, he's already kind of done her dirty, and it still feels like he's not really the top option.
No, he's not for her. I'm very interested what she would do. I want Rachel to end up getting into this situation okay, because really, I want Rachel to win. I want Vince to win because he's playing so hard. I just want somebody to win who has fought really hard this season, and it feels like they actually do deserve it.
Yeah, both of those players have fought extremely hard this season, and for me, either one of them would be satisfying. I mean, Rachel is a legend. For her to be the first real two-time winner of the actual show. Listen, these spin-offs, they don't count. So this would be the real first two-time winner of Big Brother. And that would be amazing if it would be someone like Rachel.
Okay, well, here is the number one person who is going to be in jeopardy moving forward. Keanu, I hope you have a bag already packed in advance here, because let's talk about your terrible head of household reign. And we actively rooted for Keanu to win head of household because...
Yes, and then I thought he was doing so well. And as the week went on, it just unraveled as it does for him.
Put the clown car in the garage, and then he decided at 24 hours in, you know what? I need to put some gas in this and I need to take it for a drive.
Exactly.
Because he put himself in a position where Vince doesn't trust him anymore at all. Vince is really mad. He basically was like, if Keanu got rid of me, I would never forgive him. All the typical dramatic. So Vince is likely to go after him at some point. You know, we saw the whole veto ceremony blow up, and you know, would Rachel really go after him at this point? Was all that theatrics? It just feels like he did himself no real favors with anyone other than Kelly, who I guess he's close to, and if Lauren just wants to continue to play the I'm scared Big Brother game, maybe she'll put him up because it's easy, even though she shouldn't.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's who we have to be looking at. But I think in general, this was an eviction that needed to happen. I know a lot of people wanted Vince to go, but moving forward, let's hope we have a great twist. Let's hope we have a lot of chaos with this head of household, and that we actually get some real information on the feeds as to what's going on, other than just they're at a quote-unquote resort.
The White Locust. I'm just so happy. I saw it. I saw the little logo. I was just like, let's go.
Okay, this is the last thought I have on this. It's just like, what is it with you guys and Mike White? You're bringing him back on Survivor. Now you're doing this on Big Brother. It's just, we're so excited, and, you know, we're going to go before I start singing the theme song and then our video gets stripped of all demonetization.
It's such an iconic show. I mean, I've watched this last season like an unhealthy amount of times now. It's so good. Walton Goggins is amazing. Truly, if you haven't seen it, you should really check it out.
All right. Well, let us know in the comments. What did you guys think about tonight's Big Brother 27 episode? Mickey's eviction, the new twist. What are you hoping for? Let us know in the comments. And also, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other updates, and you can support us further by joining our Patreon. We've got a link in the description for that. Thank you so much for your support as always, and we will see you here next time.